Good morning, and we are in section 93. We're on verse 19. We've just learned about how Christ was in the beginning with the Father, and that the that Christ went from grace to grace um, until he received the fullness of the Father, and it was according to the record of John. And now we get this explanation. I give unto you these sayings, that you may understand and know how to worship, and know what you worship, that you may come unto the Father in my name, and in due time receive of his fullness. To understand the nature of God increases our understanding of who we worship, and also increases our ability to become more like him, or to become more Christ-like, and to look to his grace and understand how that works. For if you keep my commandments, you shall receive of his fullness, and be glorified in me, as I am in the Father. Therefore I say unto you, you shall receive grace for grace. So keeping the commandments helps us to receive grace for grace, just as Christ did. Now we'll never be as perfect as Christ is by ourselves, but we keep his commandments that we may receive more, for light cleaveth to light, and so forth, as we've already learned. Now verily I say unto you, I was in the beginning with the Father, and I am the firstborn, and am the firstborn. So here's Christ speaking. I was in the beginning with the Father, and am the firstborn. That is important that we know that he was there from the beginning, and all those who are begotten through me are partakers of the glory of the same, and are the church of the firstborn. Notice it's only through him that they become partakers of the glory of God, and are called the church of the firstborn, which goes back to 76. We've talked about the first church of the firstborn a few times. And ye were also in the beginning with the Father, that which is Spirit, even the Spirit of truth. Notice how he says that ye were also in the beginning with the Father, that which is Spirit, even the Spirit of truth. In other words, as Spirit and as Spirit of truth, we are in the beginning. And truth is knowledge of things as they are, and as they were, and as they are to come. Now, so many in society now want to promote um, live your own truth, that truth is relative, and yet even our prophet today has made it clear, just as clear as this is in that day, um, that truth is not relative. It is oh, eternal truth is truth, and that cannot change. The only thing that changes really in truth is our perception of it. So if we perceive things in the way that the Lord would have us perceive it, if we look to things and try to be more open to the influence of the Spirit, the more we feel the Spirit and we feel influenced by that Spirit, um, we become um, closer to all truth. I hope that makes sense, but anyway, it, this statement definitely does. Truth is knowledge of things as they are, and as they were, and as they are to come. And whatsoever is more or less than this is the spirit of the wicked one, who was a liar from the beginning. So notice he says, whatsoever is more or less than this. He doesn't say whatsoever is totally different than this. So sometimes we go off of the truth just by an over exaggeration or an under exaggeration of something, um, instead of looking at what it is. Um, I think of the old proverb, I guess it's called a proverb or tale of the blind men who um, fill all fill a part of an elephant, and one fills the trunk, and one fills the legs, and so forth, and each one of them comes to a conclusion that is totally not right. Um, and yet together they get it right. But anything more or less than that is not the truth. And that's how the Savior, the wicked one, um, can use what is true and turn it into something that is not true. Sometimes it's only a few words that can be changed. The Spirit of truth is of God, and I am the Spirit of truth. So, this being um, Jesus Christ speaking, the Spirit of of truth is of God. I am the Spirit of truth. So he's said he is the light, and he's also the truth. And John bore record of me, saying, he received a fullness of truth, yea, even of all truth. And no man received the fullness unless he keepeth his commandments. So we're going to end there today, but here's two things that we've got. We've got no man receiveth the fullness unless he keepeth the commandments. And truth is the knowledge of things that as they are and as they were to come. And then, of course, I give you these things that you may understand how and what you worship. So I hope today you can find more truth and receive a fullness of the truth and grow closer um, to the Savior. Um, and become more like the Father, even in the spirit of truth, which makes truth very powerful. And I hope that you can live closer to the Lord in this. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.